Well, hello and welcome. Good evening and welcome to the City of Arlington tonight. We are very excited for this special telephone town hall meeting we have for you tonight. Again, good evening and welcome. Welcome everyone to this live telephone town hall meeting we have for you tonight with the City of Arlington, Texas. We are dialing out to tens of thousands of neighbors tonight, so bear with us as I go through this introduction. Again, good evening and welcome. Welcome everyone to this live telephone town hall meeting we have for you tonight with the City of Arlington, Texas. Looks like we had a few folks dial in early. Join us on the inbound participant line. Thank you so much for being on time and prompt. If you have just joined, I want to say good evening and welcome. We are so glad you are here. You're live on the line for our telephone town hall meeting with the City of Arlington, Texas. And we have multiple city officials standing by right now to talk with you live over the air about our trash and recycling services. We do these calls regularly as a way to reach out to you, provide information, and then open up the conversation with you. So if you'd like to join our conversation tonight with your question, comment, or concern, please press 0 on the keypad on your phone. Again, to get in line with your question, please press 0 on the keypad on your phone. We will be taking your questions live during this event, but if you'd rather not go live, that's fine. Still press 0 to submit your question, and just let your operator know you'd rather not go live. I'd be happy to read your question over the air. Also tonight, we are anticipating a lot of questions, so out of respect for all of your neighbors, we ask that when you do come live over the air, you stick to just one question. Thank you, everyone, for that consideration. Now, as I said, right now we're dialing out to tens of thousands of neighbors, so bear with me as we get everyone connected. It takes just a little while to get everyone on the line. Again, you're live on the line tonight with the City of Arlington, Texas, and we're here to discuss questions about our trash cart color and sizes, the cart placement at the curb, accommodations for residents who are unable to take the cart to the curb, cart storage, days of service, including holidays. We want to talk about bulk and brush pickup and any other questions that you do have. So we'll have some information up front, but if you already have a question, go ahead and press 0 on the keypad on your phone. If you come up with a question as you're listening to our information, feel free to press 0 as soon as you are ready. So again, to get in line with your question, please press 0 on the keypad on your phone. As I said, we'll be taking questions live during the event, and as we're expecting a lot, we ask that you please be courteous to your neighbors and stick to one question when you come live. But also, if you'd rather not go live, you're not comfortable coming live, that's fine. Still press 0, get your question submitted. Just let your operator know you'd rather not go live. I'd be happy to read your question over the air. Now, also tonight, we are collecting your email addresses. Email is one of the very best ways for us to keep you up to date on the issues we're discussing tonight, as well as other important issues going forward. We just want to make sure you're not missing anything and you're kept up to date. So if you'd like to receive notifications from the city about trash and recycling services and other city news, just press 7 on the keypad on your phone. So last time here before we officially start, that's 0 on the keypad on your phone to submit your question and 7 to provide us your email address. All right, with that, it is now my pleasure to officially get us started off. I'm excited to turn this over to Council Member Barbara Odom Wesley to start us off tonight. Please take it away.
Good evening and welcome to this Teletown Hall meeting. I'm Mayor Pro Tem and Council Member for District 8 at large, Dr. Barbara Odom Wesley. We know that trash carts are on everyone's mind, and that's why we're conducting this citywide town hall tonight to discuss your upcoming transition, to answer your questions, and address your concerns. Please remind the audience how to participate.
Happy to do so. Thank you so much. Reminder, to submit a question, just press 0. To provide your email address, press 7. Back to you.
Tonight I'm joined by at-large City Council Member Long Pham from District 6 to listen in and hear your thoughts. Next month, all residents who have curbside trash service will be transitioning to once a week automated trash collection. Your single collection day for all trash, recycling, yard waste, and bulky items will be your current recycling day. We'll be rolling out the carts to everyone during the month of February at no charge, and everyone will transition to the new service schedule according to the schedule that's posted at arlingtontx.gov/trash-pickup. That's arlingtontx.gov/trash-pickup. We have assembled representatives from our city staff who are experts on this issue. They'll help answer your questions about trash carts. We have Nora Coronado, our Director of Asset Management.
Good evening, this is Nora.
Tyler Hurd, Solid Waste and Recycling Services Manager with the city.
Good evening, this is Tyler.
Brian Daugherty, our Director of Code Compliance and Animal Services.
Good evening, this is Brian Daugherty.
And Vince Rabel, Municipal Services Manager with Republic Services.
Good evening, this is Vince Rabel.
Now let's get started with your questions. The process is easy. You can choose to just listen to the conversation, or you can pose a question. Thank you for participating. Allison, I think we're ready to take the first question.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Council Member. Yes, we've got Patricia up live before Zach. Jesse, great questions. Keep them coming by pressing 0. Patricia in Southeast Arlington, you're live right now. Please go ahead with your question.
Hi, this is Patricia. I'm sure you have a lot of people asking the same question. If we crunch the numbers, this is not going to work for the households currently doing, obviously, 2 pickup sessions. How are we going to manage this? Obviously, you're going to have at least twice as much.
Hi, this is Nora. Yeah, I can help answer that question. So the change in service is from trash bags to trash carts. The brush and bulk pickup that we all have now is not going to change. So once a week, you will have your trash cart, you'll have your recycling cart, you can have up to 2 cubic yards of brush. That's roughly maybe 12, 15 bags of those 30-gallon bags of leaves. And also up to 2 cubic yards of bulk, which is about the size of a washer and dryer. That is what you can have at the curb once a week, and that should accommodate the majority of all our households. Does that help?
It does, if you can still hear me. When do we get those carts? I haven't heard anything about those until now.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'd love to answer that question. So we have set up a dedicated web page. It's www.arlingtontx.gov/trash-pickup. You'll see the schedule on there. Basically, your new collection day is your recycling day. For example, mine is Wednesday. So I look at our maps. There's a schedule on there, and there's specific instructions on when I will receive my cart.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And that was Nora Coronado, our Director of Asset Management. Patricia, thanks so much for joining our conversation and for those great questions. Let's go right away to Zach in Ridgewood. Zach, you're live right now. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, good evening. Thanks again for convening this meeting for everyone. I have read all of the literature that you guys have provided, both in paper form as well as on the website, so I'm pretty caught up to speed. I understand that you'll be doing bulk pickup once a week as well. My biggest concern is that the luxury of being able to put out trash that may exceed that bulk quantity that Nora's just described has been the luxury of being in Arlington versus, say, Tarrant County or Fort Worth. So without having employees that are, brought in by Waste Management to pick up all of the trash that we have, either biweekly or weekly, my biggest concern is, realistically, what is your expectation for how people will store bulk trash when they've lived in a community where that has never been a requirement? They've not configured their homes, their storage, their garages, etc., to hold on to bulk trash for long periods of time for potentially weeks on end.
Well, the bulk pickup continues to be weekly. You will have that once a week.
Okay, excellent. Great clarification there. Thank you so much, Nora, Zach. Great conversation starter. Thanks for joining our conversation. All right, let's go to Jesse now. That's out at Jewel and Lake. Jesse, you're live. Please go ahead.
Yes, just regarding the bulk, can that still be in bags as well, or if it's in a bag, does it also have to be in the cart? Once a week with the extra, that might be feasible for some households. I'm just wondering if we do have it in bags, does it have to be in the cart, or can it still be alongside the cart as part of our bulk?
So, you asking about bags, regular, everyday bag trash, is that correct?
Garbage bag, put in a garbage bag and set out to the cart.
Yes. Yes. Trash must be bagged and placed in your trash cart. The 95-gallon cart that every household will receive can take up to 10 kitchen-sized trash bags. So we're talking like a 13-gallon trash bag. That's how much the 95-gallon cart will hold. So that's approximately 10 bags of trash a week that you can put in your trash cart for collection each week.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Nora. Thanks, Jesse, for joining us tonight. We have D-Mocker up next on Chesapeake Drive. I hope I said your name right. D-Mocker, you're live. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I was asking a question about the handicap receptacle where they are supposed to take us to the street for. I put in all my information and I haven't heard anything back from no one.
Okay. Did you say you submitted that request online?
I emailed it and I mailed it to make sure you all get it. I did both.
Okay. Well, if you went online and submitted the form or submitted the request, you should have received an automated email response acknowledging that you submitted the request. Same with the email. If you'd like, we can follow up with you after this call to be sure. But sometimes the automated responses that you get can go into your spam folder. If you've not used the system before, that has happened to me in the past. So, you can check your spam folder to see if that acknowledgement is there.
All right, excellent. Great. Thanks so much for that question, and thanks for that answer for everyone who might be in a similar situation needing that the help with their trash. Thanks so much, D-Mocker. Let's go right away to Christy in South Arlington. She asked that I read her question. That's totally fine. Another reminder, if you want to submit your question but not go live, so press 0. Just let your operator know like Christy did. Christy says, regarding cars that park on the street, where should we put the carts around those cars? We have neighbors who've been parking in front of our house, and it's hard to get 3 feet of clearance. And again, that's Christy in South Arlington.
This is Tyler. So with on-street parking, we need to do the best we can to get that spacing. These trucks need the spacing for the collection arm to collect the carts. So it is essential that the carts are placed at the street with 3 feet of clearance. If you can't get 3 feet, do the best you can.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Great question, Christy. Thanks for joining us that way as well. All right, let's go to Myung in Winden. Myung, you're live right now. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. We are scheduled to receive a card February 12th, but we are not going to be at home that week. Can I receive it some other way, some other day? Can I pick up?
You can certainly do that if you have good, friendly neighbors. If I could suggest maybe have one of them or a relative bring by, but you can certainly email us at Arlington trash pickup at arlingtontx.gov, and we can certainly keep that cart for you and then deliver it to you when you return.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. And again, if you're taking notes or writing this down, I'll read that email address again. It's trashpickup@arlingtontx.gov. And I also want to take this moment to just jump in and give the relevant website link. It's our one-stop shop for all information about this trash cart transition. There's a lot of information there. So go to arlingtontx.gov/trash pickup. So again, that's our one-stop shop. And if you want to make special requests about trash carts, you can go to arlingtontx.gov/ask Arlington. All right, we have great questions coming up. We have Frank and Jack and Paul, but I want to shift quickly to a polling question. So we have a ton of participants on the line. A lot of you are submitting questions, but we want to hear from those of you who maybe don't want to submit a question. So everyone get your keypads ready on your phone. We want to know, do you have a place out of public view to store your trash and recycling carts? Just press 1 for yes and 2 for no. So I'll read through that again. Do you have a place out of public view to store your trash and recycling carts? So an example of this might be in the backyard or in your garage, or mine is right behind a fence, or possibly someone have a screen. I saw a really prettily painted one the other day. That was really nice. So, all right, I'll leave that polling question up for a moment here while we take Frank in Shady Valley live. Frank, you're live right now. Please go ahead.
Yes, thank you for receiving my call. My question was, what's going to happen, or who's going to be responsible when trash is picked up and it doesn't fall inside of the truck? It goes out on the street. I know it's supposed to be in bags. Bags rip. I see it all the time in Dallas. I've seen it in other cities like San Antonio where trash goes everywhere. People keep dirty trash cans that smell bad, and some people leave them out on the street for multiple days before they decide to take them in. So how is all of that going to be policed and addressed?
So if you notice a trash bag or just trash not making it into the truck, typically what a Republic worker will do is pick that up. They have the equipment to do that on their truck. But if they should not, you can call Republic Services and they'll dispatch a litter crew to come out there and pick up the trash off the street.
Okay, excellent. Great. Thank you so much, Frank, for joining our conversation. We'll go to Jack up next. Jack in Mansfield, on Mansfield Line, you are live. Please go ahead.
Yes, my question is, are we able to have more than one trash can?
Thank you for that question. Excellent question. Yes, each household can have up to 3 trash carts. There is an additional monthly fee. So for each additional trash cart, that's $6.89, and that's inclusive of fees and sales tax.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. Great questions coming in. Thanks so much for that answer. Let's get to Paul right now in Fairfield Estates. Paul, you're live right now. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. She just did a poll on the original question I had about the out of view, but I have a question. I'll use Monday as an example. Monday was my trash pickup day. Our trash didn't get picked up the following day. I've had multiple times like this, whether it be holidays on our trash pickup day or weather days during last year, where trash didn't get picked up on the day it's supposed to. Trash never got picked up on the following day. What I've read is it'll get picked up the following day. I've never got a cut on my bill for the month that I guarantee you Monday I won't get a cut for that bill that didn't get picked up because of the weather. But, how are we guaranteeing that? Because if we're storing trash for a solid week in this container, 1, it's going to have an odor. 2, how are y'all going to fall back and double pick up? Because if I'm scheduled on a Monday, there's already somebody scheduled on Tuesday. How are you going to pick up Tuesday's regular schedule and the Monday schedule as well?
Okay, I'll try to address. This is Nora again. I'll try to address all your questions there. So, unfortunately, we did have bad weather this Monday and Tuesday because, it was just too cold simply to service. And what the city did is we send out some notifications and posted on our website that if your trash was not collected on that Monday and Tuesday, that collection would occur on your next regular collection date, whatever that date would be. Now, under the trash cart, when we switch over to trash carts, everything will switch over one day. So if you go to our website, there's a calendar on holiday pickup. So say your trash day falls on a holiday, let's say it's a Monday, Christmas was a Monday this year, then your trash will get picked up on Tuesday, Tuesday's trash will get picked up on Wednesday, Wednesday on Thursday, and so forth. Regarding odors, I certainly understand that with the Texas heat that we experience here. So I'm an Arlington resident. I understand that concern very much. So what I plan to do is to rinse my carts once in a while if I see it getting dirty, add some deodorizer to help minimize the odors, and that should help minimize odors for you.
Excellent. Great. Thank you so much. And then I know his original question was about the storage, using the storage or putting those bins away. Do we have anything we want to mention about that as well?
Yes, certainly. Go ahead.
Yes, this is Brian Doherty, Director of Co-Compliance. Real quick, I wanted to say thank you to everyone. This is the most attended teletown I've been a part of, and we really need that as far as the education effort and everyone understanding that we truly understand this is a really big transition on a core service that we provide to our citizens. And yes, the storage requirements that were adopted by council are for it to be stored out of the view of the public right-of-way. There are two exceptions. We have one for building design, so if you're on a townhome or you have a zero lot line or there's physical limitations to the design of the building that doesn't allow you to store that, then we'll meet with you and we will agree on a spot that it has to be stored since it cannot be stored out of the right-of-way. And the second one is inability, and we do plan on working with people as far as if it's stored on the side of your home, a way to screen it, whether it be landscape or an enclosure. And I also want to tell everyone, and I cannot stress this enough, we are not coming out issuing citations day one. We are coming out with education and making sure everyone understands the transition is happening, where it needs to go, what they need to do. And we are working with everyone. And until everyone has the cart that they desire, which will be a few months after we have rolled it out, there's not going to be any sort of enforcement. This is strictly an education effort, and we're going to make sure everyone understands where it needs to go and what they need to do so that everyone's in compliance and we can go as smoothly as we can with this transition.
Absolutely. And thank you so much. Yes, so much great participation. Love that we're being able to have this conversation tonight and provide all of this information. All right away, let's keep going through the questions. We have June, Michael, Shelley, Donald, Linda, Jonathan, Holly. My goodness. Keep them coming by pressing 0. Also, we offered if you want to press 7 to provide us your email address. That's a great way for us to keep you up to date on trash and recycling information as well as other city news. You can press 7 on the keypad on your phone. We do have a bunch of folks who've done that. Our operators are working through that list as fast as they can, so stay on the line if you've already pressed 7. But you can also press 7 now as well. All right, without further ado, June at Matlock and Sublet, you're live right now. Please go ahead with your question.
Yes, I was wanting to know if it's currently I have door-to-door service, will I have to reapply for that and take pictures of my license plates and all of that for this new thing we got coming on?
Hi, Jude. No, you will not have to. If your circumstances have not changed, then you will continue to receive door side assistance. I do want to add here, there was a previous question about how this works, and just for those who aren't as familiar, so you complete this form, provide us the information needed and some documentation. The city will look at that, review it, then we will share that information with Republic. what should happen next is a public supervisor will be contacting the resident. They will go out there, typically do a site visit with the resident to see what the best option is to where to store the cart on the property for easy and convenient access and to be able to be serviced. So I just wanted to add that extra bit of information.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Love that we got to bring that up and discuss that tonight as well. I know that's very popular service as well. All right, let's go to Michael in College Hills up next. Michael, you're live. Please go ahead.
Yes, I have a question that goes back to part of it is the storage of large quantities of leaves, for instance, during this time of year when we start cleaning up. And if I have them out at the curb and they only take a certain amount, am I in violation of any city code?
You know, we have a great canopy. We all have wonderful lawns. Typically during the fall season, we don't really focus on that. We focus on getting the curb clean as fast as possible. Typically, you can take out 12 to 16 bags of those 30-gallon bags, and they will be picked up. And then at the next trip, they will be picked up again. So we go surely, methodically, until all the curbs are clean.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Michael, for joining us tonight. We've got Shelley up in Wimbledon right now. Shelley, you're live right now. Please go ahead with your question.
Hi, my question is actually pertaining to the door service. Can you provide more information on where we can find application for that and how exactly that will work?
Yes, be happy to. So if you go to our webpage, arlingtontx.gov/trash pickup, you'll find a lot of information on there, and you should find the form. We ask that you complete the form, take a photo, go to the Ask Arlington webpage, just www.arlingtontx.gov/AskArlington. You provide the completed form. You provide a photo of a doctor's note. We've received, just a letter with letterhead from a doctor. I've also seen a prescription pad. We just need to know the doctor's contact information. Or if you are driving able, if you have a disabled vehicle, handicapped parking site card, you can submit a photo of that. All those three things can be uploaded on the Ask Arlington webpage, and then we will receive it, review it. If you have any questions, we'll contact you. After we do that, we turn that information over to Republic Services. Then you should get a call from one of their staff, usually to meet up on site so they can take a look at the property and where best to be able to put those carts for pickup. And that's something that they will come to an agreement with the resident.
All right, excellent. Great information. Shelley, thanks so much for asking that for all of us. All right, up next, let's get to Donald in West Springs on West Springs Drive. Donald, you're live right now. Please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. My question is the understanding that you have a trash pickup as well as a recyclable trash bin. My question is, there are certain products that's not supposed to be put in a recycled trash bin. Where are those items are supposed to go if they're not acceptable in that recycled trash bin?
Okay, perfect. Did you hear that okay in Chambers, or should I repeat his question? I know it was a little hard to hear.
We've got it. This is Tyler. The recycle bin, there are a few items that are recyclable. These items can be found on the trash pickup webpage, and those items are newspaper, paperboard, plastic containers, aluminum, cardboard, metal containers, and water bottles. Those are the items that belong in the recycle cart. Anything else should be placed in a bag and placed in the trash cart.
All right, excellent. Great clarification. Thanks so much, Tyler. Thanks, Donald, for bringing that up tonight. Okay, let's go to Linda next at Fannin Farm West. She asked that I read her question. It goes like this. I have had times when my recycling won't empty all the way into the truck. For example, the lighter items at the bottom don't come out. My household doesn't make a lot of garbage, and I'm afraid that the bins will be so large that all of the trash won't come out every time it's picked up, and then it will sit there and get smelly and gross. She wants to know, will there be an option for those of us who have a light garbage load, or will the trucks account for that? And again, that's from Linda in Fannin Farm West.
So in terms of that, regardless of trash cart size, that can happen. That's usually the driver could not have maybe operated the arm all the way, or maybe not as effectively. If that should ever happen, you need to report it to the city or to Public Services. We would take a look at that. Sometimes it's just a matter of speaking with the driver to make sure it does not happen again.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. We have Holly up next, and Jonathan, Keith, Sandra, Renee. Great questions coming in, but I want to take a moment and do another quick polling question. So my goodness, we had so much great participation on that first one. So everybody get your keypads out on this one. We want to take our second polling question right now. So question goes like this. We want to know, we talked about this a lot. Do you plan to sign up for door-side accommodation services? So go ahead and press 1 right now on the keypad on your phone for yes, and 2 for no. So again, I'll read through that question one more time. Do you plan to sign up for door-side accommodation services? We just heard Nora explain a little bit more of how to do that. So let us know by pressing the buttons on the keypad on your phone. Press 1 for yes and 2 for no. And before we get right back to your questions, I want to give a little PSA here about how you can see some more of these regular updates that we post. We'd love for you to, as they say, get social with us. You can find it on our website. For the latest news and information happening in your community, please visit our website, arlingtontx.gov, but /news. I also suggest you follow the city's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Nextdoor, and LinkedIn accounts. There's a lot of great information we post there. Just search City of Arlington on whatever social media page you use, and you can make sure you stay connected that way. All right, thanks everyone for weighing in on that polling questions. Let's go right back to our live questions now and have Holly in Huntwick come live. Holly, you're live right now. Please go ahead.
Yes, my question has to do with if, let's say we put our trash out on a Friday and it ends up being a holiday, y'all aren't picking up, or inclement weather, are we going to have to wait another week, therefore we'll have 2 weeks of trash sitting by the next time it picks up, or are y'all going to be planning to schedule out, the next day to pick up? And, yeah.
Yeah, great question. So if your collection day falls on one of the holidays, then it will be picked up the next day. You will not have to wait 2 weeks for a pickup.
All right, excellent, quick and easy. Thanks for that clarification. Thanks so much, Holly, for joining us. Let's go to Jonathan on Creek Ridge. Ask that I read his question. His question goes like this. Since the recycling bin will be out on the same day, how far apart should I place the bins, and will they be picked up at the same time of day by the same truck or by different trucks? And again, that's Jonathan in Creek Ridge.
So this is Tyler. As the carts are placed at the curb, wheels should be placed at the curb, carts should be placed 3 feet apart. As they're collected, there's a truck that will come by and collect the trash, and another truck that will come by and collect the recycling. Those will be separate.
Okay, excellent, perfect, great clarification there. We'll keep going here. Keith up next in Buena Vista. Keith, you're live. Go ahead.
Thank you. I noticed that all of the measurement references to the cart size are and how many 13-gallon bags can be placed into it. And I'm wondering if we can still buy whatever bag fits the actual size of our trash cans, or do we have to start using 13-gallon bags for all of the sales?
Hi, sir. Thank you for your question. Good question. You can use any bag so long as that it is securely tied so that the contents don't spill in the cart and then spill out into your driveway or yard, etc. So you can use any bags, just needs to be securely tied.
All right, excellent. Thanks so much, Keith. Thanks, Cora. Love it. We're getting to answer so many questions tonight. Let's keep on going. Sandra in Stone Ridge, you're live right now. Please go ahead.
Hi. I was wondering that you can order extra carts if you want them, up to 2. So does that mean that on the trash day or when you pick it up, you're going to be picking up 1 recycle and up to 3 of the trash bins?
Yes, ma'am, that is exactly correct.
All right, great. Love that. That means that we're making sense and providing this information. Love this, Sandra. Thanks so much for just getting on to confirm that. Appreciate you. All right, we have Renee up live next on Twin Hills off calendar. Renee, you're live right now. Please go ahead.
Hi, my problem is that we're on an inside cul-de-sac curve. It's a very short curve, and the curve has 2 mailboxes, ours and our neighbors. The only way we could put out 2 carts 3 feet apart would be to totally block our driveway. I don't know how we're going to do this.
Hi, this is Vince Rabel for Public Services. Cul-de-sacs do present a service issue at times, but we work around that. Put the carts as best as you can, maybe 1 on either side of the driveway. Sometimes our drivers may be required to get out of the cab to grab the cart and roll it over to the lift mechanism. We do that now with recycling carts. We know that will be the same issue with trash carts, but we will, rest assured, we will service your carts. Just try to get them as best you can close to the curb, maybe on either side of the driveway.
Excellent. Great idea. Good suggestion. Thank you so much for that. Thanks, Renee, for coming on with your question. All right, let's take John next on Flora Vista Court. He asked that I read his question. Question goes like this. Is there any way to protest for not having it picked up once a week? He either needs a bigger bin or a 2-day pickup. He says he throws away 4 bags of trash twice a week. And again, that's John on Flora Vista. Oh, we lost Arlington. Are you there? Oh, we missed the first part of that question for whatever reason. If you could just start at the beginning.
Sure. So I'm not familiar with what size bags he's using for trash, but if it's a 13-gallon, having 8 of those per week will fit in the 95-gallon cart that every household will receive. If they're larger bags and a 1 cart is not the solution, then an additional cart can be ordered for an additional monthly fee of $6.89.
Okay, excellent. Great. Thanks so much for bringing that question up, John, so we can talk about that option. All right, Marshall right now in Twin Hills Subdivision. You're live. Please go ahead with your question.
Okay, thank you. We've been relying on twice a week trash pickup, and I was wondering, with reduction in the frequency of the weekly trash pickup and causing us to maintain extra trash on our premises for several extra days, which is an inconvenience, will there be a corresponding reduction in the monthly fee we're charged for this service?
Thank you for asking that question. So your monthly rate, which was adjusted this past October, will remain the same. Again, what will change is that we will begin collecting trash bags in trash carts once a week. You still have and are able to put out up to 2 cubic yards of brush in addition to 2 cubic yards of bulk each week.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for that clarification. I'm sure that's a question that you answer a lot. Thanks, Marshall, for joining our conversation tonight. Okay, next we have Marcia on Danbury Drive who asked that I read her question. She says, we barely have space for a recycling container. Is there any way to receive the smaller one available sooner than June?
Hi, that's a very good question. Thank you. Yes, there certainly is the option of the smaller cart, which is 65 gallons. That's the same size as your recycling cart. You can certainly request one. We are swapping out carts in June, and the reason being is that the first, throughout the month of February and then in the weeks coming in March, we will be focusing on making sure that all the carts were delivered and addressing any issues that may have arisen. So we will begin swapping out carts in June.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. Great question. Let's go to Gail next before Vicki. Gail in Greenspoint. You're live right now. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you all for having this. My question is, they keep saying trash and then they say bulk. So when you're talking about the trash and the bulk, is the trash going to be picked up by the truck and then are individuals going to come by and pick up the bulk? Or is there a second truck that's coming by for the bulk?
Yeah, very good question. Thank you. So the best way to look at this, we actually have posted a photo on the Arlington.gov trash pickup webpage. And what you'll see in this photo is that when we speak of trash, we're talking about bag trash in your trash cart. You will also have set out your recycling cart, and bulk refers to things like a small sofa or a washing machine. It's always a good thing to call that in to let Republic know that those will be set out. Not necessary, but helpful. So up to 2 cubic yards of bulk. So that could be two small sofas. In addition, you get up to 2 cubic yards of brush. In terms of leaves, bagged leaves, which is the season we're in, we're talking about 12 to 16 of those 30-gallon size bags of leaves.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And thanks, Gail, for asking that question so we could clarify it. I want to read that website again for everyone. This is a great way. It really is just, we call it our one-stop shop for all information about this trash cart transition. It's on our website. So it's www.arlingtontx.gov/trash pickup. And we've talked tonight about special requests. If you do have any special requests for your trash cart, there's an easy way to make those through the Ask Arlington app. Again, it's the Ask Arlington app. You can download it from the App Store on your phone, or you can go to the website, arlingtontx.gov, this time /Ask Arlington. Select garbage and recycling, and there you'll be able to choose from options such as requesting the door side accommodation we've discussed, the smaller cart we had a question about, or an additional cart that was also brought up tonight. So pretty much all of the information we're discussing tonight can be found at our website, arlingtontx.gov /trash pickup or /Ask Arlington. All right, back to our live questions. We have great ones. We have Vicki up next before Alexis, and then Alexander. Vicki in West Arlington asked that I read her question. Says, can the carts sit on the street, or are they supposed to sit on the sidewalk?
The best place to put those carts is in the street with the wheels up against the curb. That is the preferred location for them.
Perfect. Excellent. Sweet, succinct. Love it. Thanks for that clarification. Alexis up next on Terrace Street. You're live right now. Please go ahead.
Hi. I just wanted to know a little bit more details about the swap out process because we're a household that would request a smaller cart.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, you can certainly request that. You can go to Ask Arlington webpage. There is a choice for requesting a smaller cart. So you will provide the information on that website. We will receive it, as will Republic, and we can. They will start swapping out to the smaller carts beginning June 1.
Hey, excellent. My goodness, it'll be right around the corner, too. Can't believe how quickly that holiday season flew by. All right, we have Alexander up next. Asked that I read his question. It goes like this. Are you placing a fine if the lid is not completely closed? So just wondering, will we submit a fine for anyone who doesn't have the lid closed?
The short answer is no, but we please ask that you be sure that it is closed to help minimize the risk of litter or trash being spilled on the street or yard or driveway.
Excellent. Perfect. Love it. But short answer was no. Appreciate you, Cora. Thanks so much. All right. Let's go to Melanie now. Green Oaks and South Super asked that I read her question as well. She says, I know we have the chance to get additional carts. Since we don't know yet how many we may need, how long will we be able to order them? Or should we request them all for the first time around and potentially have additional that aren't needed? What would we suggest? To Melanie.
That is a really good question. So again, if your household generates about up to 10 bags of the 13-gallon kitchen-size bags, you should be okay. Give that a try. If you find that that's not going to be enough, you can certainly request one at any time. There will be a transition period where, several folks are testing this out, so there will be bag trash outside the carts, and that's fine during the transition period. But give it a try. It should serve the majority of households, but I would certainly suggest trying one, and then, if needed, request a second one.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. Thanks so much, Melanie, for joining our conversation. We have Jerry up live next in Brook Creek. Jerry, you're live. Go ahead.
I'm wondering about the door side delivery pickup and how tall will the containers be, since I'm a short elderly lady.
I completely empathize with you. I'm in that same situation, ma'am. So the 95-gallon carts, they're about 43 inches tall. The 65-gallon is about 41 inches tall. So, that's the size of your recycling cart. It should be okay. If you can maneuver your recycling cart, I think you'll be okay with the trash cart. If you'd like to order the smaller one, you certainly can.
Perfect. Thank you so much, and thanks so much, Jerry. We have Wendy up next. Wendy in Windsor Woods, you're live. Please go ahead.
Hi. I've been keeping up online and during this call about not having clearance space on your street in front of you. But my question is that if the neighbors are legally allowed to park there, and they're parking in such a way that you can't even fit the can itself, much less 3 feet of clearance alongside it, what are you realistically supposed to do?
In that case, what I would recommend you do is put it on your parkway, in between cars, even though it may not be at the curb. It just needs to be accessible where my guys, if they have to get out and get the cart and retrieve it to empty it, that would be preferable. Obviously, try your best to find a spot on the street 3 foot away, but if you can't, do the best you can, and we will make sure your cart gets empty.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And that was Brian Darty, our Director of Code Compliance and Animal Services. So glad to have him on the line to answer all of those tricky questions. I love that we get to give those all to him. Oh, that was also Vince on the line from Republic. My goodness, we have so many experts. I keep confusing you guys. Thanks so much, Vince, for answering that question. All right, we have Robert and Gloria and Erica coming up. I'm going to take Gloria's right now because she asked that I read it. She's on Caprock Drive, says, what day would be my recycling day for pickup? She says she doesn't want to go through her emails, so would love if we could just answer it over the call.
So, not sure whatever your recycling day is today, that is your recycling day. It's also your trash day, and it's also your brush and bulk pickup. Once a week, you should see one trash truck come by your neighborhood, one recycling truck, and then one open reel, kind of like what you see now, that will be for brush and bulk.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. Thanks so much, Gloria. Okay, let's go to Erica before Robert. Erica on South Arlington. You're live right now. Please go ahead.
Hi, I just want to know what's happening to the men and women who ride on the back of the truck, if they're losing their jobs or not.
This is Vince Rabel with Republic Services. Any of our full-time employed helpers that are on the back of the truck currently will not be losing their jobs. In fact, a lot of them, we've already began training them to get their CDL so that they can become a driver. A lot of them are transferring to other locations where they can perform other duties. The only reduction in force that we would see would be the temp agencies that we utilize to fill 30 to 40 spots a day, but they're not employees of the company. All of our employees of the company will remain with the company.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. And that was, as Vince said, Vince with Republic Service. So glad to have you on the line tonight as well. This crew we've assembled is fantastic, and I can't believe how many questions we're getting through. Let's keep going. We've still got a few more minutes here in our forum tonight. We have Robert in South Arlington before Carmela. Robert, you're live right now. Please go ahead.
I do appreciate the previous girl's question because I am a union rep. But I do have a question about the trash being collected in alleyways in the Summerwood area. And
Hi, this is Vince.
in the
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hello? And in the Summerwood area, in the back alley, there's some houses that have alleyways in the back where the garages are. And when the recycling actually hit, they started knocking down lines, whether it be power lines or cable lines. My question is, are the trucks going to be similar to the recycling lines once we had everything redone? Or are they going to be the big trucks going through?
No, it'll be the same style truck that empties your recycle cart. Will also be the same style trucks that empty your trash carts. If you have trash service in the alleyway now, chances are we could still service the alleyway. Just go on to the Ask Arlington app or go to the website, whatever that address is.
www.arlingtontx.gov/trash pickup.
Okay. And leave your address, and we can send a supervisor out there to check your location and be able to tell you in more detail what area we would collect your trash from.
Excellent. Love that. Thank you so much. And it kind of depends sometimes in those little tricky areas. So I'll read that website one more time. And again, that's our one-stop shop for all the information we're discussing tonight, www.arlingtontx.gov/trash pickup. All right, let's get Carmela up live before Elsa. Carmela, also North Arlington. You're live. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm concerned about the fact that these trash bins and recycling bins are to remain out of sight. If there is not a place to put them out of sight, what will happen if we can put them to the side of the house, but they still can be viewed from the street? So do we have to put a fence around them, or what will happen, or will we be penalized for not having them obscured from public view?
Yes, thank you for the question. This is Brian Doherty, the Director of Code Compliance. They will need to be stored out of the view of the right-of-way. However, we do have some exceptions, and we are going to try to work with people. One of the exceptions is it can be stored on the side of the home in the front yard, but there would need to be some sort of screening, whether it was you built an enclosure around it or there was landscape. And we are trying to work with people. We realize it's a transition, but there would need to be some type of screening with the ordinance we have in place now.
Excellent. Thank you so much for making that clear. Thanks, Carmela, for checking on that issue. Let's go to Elsa next before David and Patricia. Elsa at Crowley and Moen. You're live right now. Please go ahead.
Hi, this is Elsa here in North Arlington. We are in townhomes, and we cannot get the bins around the front. So I have been working with someone from the Republic, and I believe it's Vince, but he's going to make it, set it up where we can have a smaller truck coming down our alley, which we appreciate very much. My question on that, when they deliver our bins, are they going to just drop them off in the front of the homes, or are they going to bring them down the alley and drop them off? I'm curious, Vince, on how that would be.
Well, my preference would be deliver them out front, just because of the delivery crew is not our employees. We are hiring a subcontractor to deliver the carts. And people, the only place they would put them would be in front of the garage. I think a lot of people may be unhappy that they would have to get out of their car to move the cart, to put their car in the garage. But I'll tell you what else, I'll give you a call and we'll work that out.
Excellent. Thank you so much, so that we can connect you one-on-one with this. And also, we were able to collect your information, so we'll have that tonight to pass on. Okay, let's go to next up. We have David in Con Valley, who asked that I read his question. David says, when exactly will we get the new bid?
Hi there, great question. So the carts will be delivered across 3 weeks. On our trash pickup webpage, there is a calendar that you can refer to along with a map. You find your area, your collection day, and it will have details on when you will be receiving your new carts.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Such a great answer here as we are winding down our forum. All right. It looks like we are going to take Patricia's question, but she may have dropped. So with that, oh, nope, I've got you, Patricia. You probably just went and gave your email address. Patricia, South Arlington, you're live. Go ahead.
Yes. But I want to know, it's already been answered. I just didn't know.
1 second, Patricia, we can't hear you. Can you speak? Do you maybe have us on speakerphone?
No. Oh, yes, I do.
Okay.
I do have you on speakerphone. A second.
That's fine.
Okay, what I wanted to know was, and it's already been answered, I didn't know we had a choice between a 65-gallon and a 95-gallon, but I didn't know which one the 95-gallon was, and it's the size of our recycling bin. So.
Hi, this is Nora. The recycling cart that you currently have, that we all currently have in use, is 65 gallons. The one that everyone will receive is 95 gallons. So we're talking about a few inches taller, maybe a little wider at the top. We have photos and visuals available on our webpage if you'd like to take a look. You can certainly request a smaller size if you think that would work better for you, and you can go on the Ask Arlington webpage to request that.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And again, one last time here, that website, if you do need it to make special requests about trash carts, is www.arlingtontx.gov/Ask Arlington. And with that, we have just about reached the end of our allotted time, but don't hang up. My goodness, we answered as many questions as we possibly could, but we have just had such great participation tonight that we'd be here till midnight. So if you still do have a question, comment, or concern, we want them. Stay on the line till the very end of the call and leave us a voicemail message. Just follow the prompts in order to do that. And with that, I would now like to turn this back to our council member, Barbara Odom Wesley, for a few closing remarks to bring us to the finish line.
I want to give a big thank you to all the residents who dialed in tonight, and especially those who took the time to ask questions and share your thoughts with us about the trash cart transition. I also want to thank Nora, Tyler, Brian, and Vince for being here to answer questions. The staff behind the scenes running this telephone town hall meeting, thank you very much. And our at-large council member, Long Sam, thank you for being here. This is a big change for our community, but I know that our staff, our expert staff, has worked incredibly hard to provide everyone the information they need to make it a smooth transition. If you have questions going forward, visit the website or give us a call. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.